Hello, I'm Elgato and welcome back to QnA Saturday. This is the once a week series I run on the channel where I answer your biggest questions that have been asked over the past week or so, with this week's twist being that I answered only questions from the Reddit. So I have a subreddit, it's called reddit.com/r/IBXtoycat. There's some weird memes, there's some seeds, there's a lot of just, collections of different things there, and I figured a fun thing to do just for the small subreddit community would be to answer QnA Saturday questions that only came from Reddit. So this is probably a one-time thing, but if you want to see other, kind of weird ways to get involved with videos, reddit.com/r/IBXtoycat. Also, if you have, memes and stuff like that, maybe we'll do a series of that one day. But with that said, let's dive straight into the first question, which I normally wouldn't take because I had a dedicated thread for QnA Saturday questions, but somehow this guy posted it as its own unique post, and also it's spelled a bit weird, and also the question mark, it's all over the place, but he says it's lava wet or dry. So is lava wet or dry is the ultimate continuation to the question of whether water is wet or not, and although water is probably wet, or maybe it's not, lava, at least I feel like it must be a more cut or dry case, right? Because lava is not just, water, but red and gooey, as much as Minecraft wants you to believe that. Lava is like a super molten thing that only is happening to be liquid sometimes, so I'm gonna say that because it's super hot, because it's literally made of all these different things, and because it kills you to touch it, and it kills other lava really, it kills a lot of things, I'm gonna say that lava is dry because it's gonna feel dry when you get inside of it, and at this point, wet and dry are such, ridiculous terms, that why can't we use that as the deciding criteria? So yeah, it clearly can't be decided by heat, but I still think the fact that it kills you instantly and turns into a solid if it kills you makes it dry, not wet. That's my official take on this one, which again, this is one of those big controversies. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think lava is wet or dry? Also, leave a Q&A Saturday question if you have one. But with that said, let's move into the second Q&A question, which is actually kind of a repeated one. I saw it kind of twice in different forms. The first one is, do you think Hytale will beat Fortnite? And the second one is, do you think Hytale is a competitor to Minecraft, or is it a game that runs alongside Minecraft? So they're basically asking the same thing of is Hytale going to be the biggest thing in the world? Because Fortnite is obviously the second most played game in any given month, and Minecraft tends to be the first, excluding League of Legends because their statistics haven't been released. So when it comes to will it beat number one or number two, I think the honest answer to this is I don't think they intend for it to be the best most played game ever, at least not initially. I think what they want to do is make a hardcore block-based game experience, because there's so many Minecraft players that feel a little bit let down and a little bit ignored, especially by the Bedrock team. If you play Minecraft Windows 10, you almost have to acknowledge that there's a lot of features and a lot of stuff that you won't get because it is a mobile game port, mostly because that's where the bulk of the players is. And this causes a big discontent with Windows 10 players, as well as with Java players who feel there's always big gaps in updates, they feel like they're not listened to, and I feel like that's the big void that Hytale is filling, because Hypixel, the server which is made by the same people as Hytale is going to be made by, is obviously a wildly popular server. They know how to entertain Minecraft players that are looking for a more fun, hardcore, competitive experience, so that's what they're going to try and make with this game, and that's why it's something to be excited for, but it's not going to be a Minecraft killer. I think a lot of people call it that because it's hyperbole. It's a fun thing to say, but I don't think it's going to kill Minecraft. I don't think it's going to kill Fortnite. I think it's just going to be a really, hopefully, successful, PC block-based game that hopefully kicks the competition into gear between Minecraft and themselves. Both games should ideally be competing for that big player base, which right now is kind of being ignored, because that's how you get a better game for the people who want something which again has more late game or whatever else, and that's something I'm looking forward to seeing develop over the next year or two as we see more and more Hytale details. That's why I cover such on my channel, and now you know. But let's move into the third question, which is from Garreturius, who says, have you gotten used to writing 2019 yet, as opposed to 2018, I assume? And honestly, no. Even in the Gravel video 2 days ago, I said it's 2018 and something, but it's 2019, so I haven't gotten used to writing it, haven't got used to saying it. It's going to be halfway through 2019 where I'm oh yeah, that's a thing that changes actually once a year, pretty precisely on average. So here's the other interesting thing, is I haven't got used to accepting that 2019 means current year. Whenever I see a date and then something, I assume it's 2018. So I was looking up a series that I'm quite interested in. It's called The End of the Effing World. It's actually called The End of the Effing World. I'm not just censoring, that's literally its name. But there's a show called that. I really enjoy it. It's about a guy who tries to murder his classmate. It's a good enough show, and apparently they're making a second season, which doesn't make sense based on the end. And I was I'm gonna look into this. So I looked it up and I was oh, a new series has premiered on the 6th of January 2018. And I was that hasn't happened happened? I haven't seen this anywhere. How is it premiered tomorrow? I spent like literally 40 seconds being like, wait, no, where is this premiered? Then I went back and I was like, oh, 4th of January or 6th of January 2018. It's not 2018 anymore. So yeah, 2018, it's a real struggle for us all, or 2019 is a real struggle. Honestly, I get worse at this every year. Like, can we just get rid of like years? Like, what do they really achieve for anyone? Am I right? So moving on to the next question, which comes in from Hot Harik J, who says, I used to love playing Minecraft, but nowadays I never get the same feeling when I play as I used to. Is it because I don't like the direction the game is taking, becoming more convoluted, or is it just that the magic from playing for the first time is gone? What do you think? So first of all, a lot of people always blame like, Minecraft updates are ruining things. It's the changes that are making things happen. But I think honestly, like the convoluted parts of the game, you can easily ignore. Like if you think the oceans are too, complex now, you can easily avoid them. Like you probably avoided them before anyway. So, well, a lot of people when they go through this crisis, it's honestly, like 2 or 3 easy solutions I can suggest. One is like, okay, so lots of people play Minecraft in one specific fixed way. It's a huge free roam game where you can do anything you want. Get into redstone, or if you already are into redstone, get into creative building, or if you like creative building, try functional building. It's a really interesting thing where you try and get the most resources being created by the game itself. This is why it's fun to make an automatic bamboo farm, for instance, because you can now increase your bamboo output. It's a bit like playing one of those cookie clicker style games, and there's all these other sorts of mini games you can kind of play with yourself inside Minecraft that maybe I would recommend doing. So yeah, that's what my real recommendation is. Like, try something else in the game, and then you'll probably find it. Because a lot of people play Minecraft in one fixed way, and then eventually get bored. And they're like, clearly it's the game, and it's like there's a lot of ways you can play it. There's a lot of things you can check out. One of the things I particularly recommend, and a lot of people said they've been enjoying this recently because the live streams have been going quite well, is a lot of people like to play Minecraft as like a podcast game. So when you're listening to either a YouTube video, a podcast, or whatever else, or maybe a podcast on YouTube, a lot of people like to have some form of visual stimulus. So back before I played Minecraft, I used to do some zombies in the Black Ops series. That was like a fun game that was really chill and easy and didn't require much thinking. And Minecraft kind of fills this void too, where there is some thinking to be done, there's some high level effort to be done, but on actually making the projects, there's often a lot of like big tasks, such as, for instance, placing glass in the background. It's just filling in the gaps, grabbing more glass, so on and so forth, repeating that process ad infinitum. And that's something I recommend doing a little bit more if you think like, Minecraft's a game, you sit down, you play for 9 hours straight, and then you get up feeling great. I mean, like, if you do that every day, you might, eventually wear yourself thin. So yeah, try some different things, or if you like your current thing, you're just not quite as into it as before, try watching a few YouTube videos, and maybe, self-plug here, try watching my live stream playlist, which you can find. I think you have to go to like youtube.com/toycat, then there's a playlist link, then in the playlist you'll find the unlisted live streams. A lot of people like those as like a form of podcast, and yeah, there you go. There's the answer to your question. I'll admit it accidentally turned into a bit of self-promotion at the end, but even if you ignore all of that part of the advice, I think, playing around, doing different things, trying out YouTube videos, whatever, might improve your experience, at least right now. So that's the answer to your question, Harik J, but let's move into the next one, which comes in from Momi213. But a slightly weird free. I guess there's just a thing on my screen. But maybe Mummy213. Let's just assume it's Momi213, who says, my friends call me sad for having 600 plus hours on Minecraft, just Bedrock. Do you agree with them? So 600 plus hours on Minecraft, given that the game's been out for about a year and a half now, averages to about an hour a day, which isn't sad. No matter how much you like or dislike Minecraft, that's a very reasonable hobby. And I think, I was thinking about this one a while, because there are some things that are like objectively a wrong thing to do. Like, if you spend $1,000 on dinner every day, assuming that you're not a millionaire, then that's an objectively bad decision. That's gonna come up and bite you in the butt. Like, I mean, within a few weeks. But there are some objectively wrong decisions in life. But when it comes to entertainment is such a specific to the person thing that you can never criticize someone else's decisions, both in terms of time and in terms of money. You can never criticize someone who wants to spend like $10 watching a movie because you can just watch them at home on Netflix. Lol. It's like, no, you might like the movie theater / cinema experience. You can never call someone's purchasing decisions and their time decisions sad when it comes to entertainment. As long as you're entertained, as long as you're having fun, that is all that matters. Some people try to control you by saying like, oh, your entertainment is a bad choice. It's only played by insert thing here. But the truth is, you can just say they're wrong. You can be like, hey, you spent 6 hours playing the game, which is literally, filled with microtransactions, like let's say the Call of Duty, literally a way to extract money from you. Like, don't you think you have something better to do? Or like, you can fire it back at them and it's just as equally invalid. And if your friends keep doing it after you say stop, then they're not very good friends, are they? That's my recommendation. Just tell them to back off, and if they don't, then they're not the right friends to be around. So with that said, let's move on to the next question, which comes in from Duddle Manon, yeah, who says, on what channel do you like doing videos the most? So I have 3 channels if you don't know. There's this one, there's IBX2Cat, and there's Andrew Andrews, which is it's also IBX2Cat Let's Plays, but apparently searching Andrew Andrews is how people find it. So honestly, a lot of people assume that like, oh yeah, so this is the channel I like, this is the channel that's like my day job. But the truth is, especially recently, I enjoy making videos on all the channels. It's just some days I wake up and I want to make a video on this channel or a video on that channel. Like I just have a really good idea that's like, I need to do it there. So for instance, recently, I really like doing the quizzes of like where the countries in the world are on IBX2Cat, so I do them there. So sometimes I'm like, you know, I want to start a series that's a really bad idea, and then I throw on Andrew Andrews. That's why there's McDonald's reviews, or why I record a Kit Kat eating fish and chips. You know, you see all these different things where it's just like, you know, I want this to be somewhere, and it exists over there. So on what channel do I like making videos on the most? Honestly, I would say it's pretty close to equal on all 3. I think, especially since I, you know, kind of cut down the upload schedule on this channel from 2 a day to like whenever a video kind of makes sense with only a few weekly series. I think that's a way more fun system. I've been having a lot of fun on pretty much every video I've made in the last while, and there's a lot of videos coming up soon that I'm having a lot of fun, or the idea just is like really crazy to me. Like, you know, wouldn't it be funny to take a Minecraft village and turn it into a fascist one-party state? It's like, yes, that would be a fun thing. I can meme around about history while also trying to get something I need for an achievement, the cartographer map. So yeah, basically that's the gist of things. Maybe you don't believe me, but if you don't, then I guess you're 11 minutes into a video of a guy you don't trust. I mean, who's to say that I'm really recording this and this isn't a text-to-speech? But anyway, that said, let's move to the next question, which comes in from Narakin Dragon Priest, who says, what is it like to be a moderately popular, Minecraft YouTuber? And I guess that describes him quite well. Like, I'm probably in the top, like, 5 or 10% of, you know, big Minecraft YouTubers that still play the game. So, you know, what is it like to be moderately popular? And honestly, I like it a lot because I don't want fame. I feel like if you want to be adored by everyone you meet in the street, Minecraft YouTube is not for you. But I don't want to be famous in that way. I like that, you know, in specific situations, like if I join a certain Discord here or there, or if, you know, like if I'm at a Minecraft convention, I'm moderately popular there, like not getting swamped and, you know, getting crushed to death or anything like that. But I like that it's like situational, like success, but it means that I can also like be incognito for most of my life, which is what I want to be. I want to be, have as few interactions as possible a lot of the time, and you know, sometimes that's really easy to do. Like, there's a lot of places you can go where you don't have to speak to a human all day. It's wonderful. And yeah, so I like being moderately popular. I like that when I have a really passionate thought, like, again, the weird jetpunk quizzes, or if I want to talk about high-speed rail, which is the next IBX2Cat video, or for instance, you know, on this channel, it's like, yeah, it would be really fun to make a bunch of jokes about communism or fashion. You know, like, if I want to talk about a thing and have, like, people react to that, I love that there is some number of thousands of people who are willing to come say hello about that. Also, we're like 50k away from that plaque now, or 45k away from that nice golden plaque, so make sure you subscribe so you give me a nice gold button to reward my ego or something like that. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool, but I don't think it's, I think a lot of people over-assume the fame. It's definitely nowhere near what you ever assume, which is a good thing for me and a bad thing for other YouTubers, I guess. But let's move into the next question, which comes in from Mr335, who says, how long does it take to fully make a video, including gathering footage, editing, rendering, making a thumbnail, and uploading? So here's the thing, a lot of YouTubers just give a very general response to this, like it takes about 6 hours from start to finish, but on, you know, when it comes to what we do here, it really varies so much. I've had recording days that were literally 12 hours straight, and I've had recording days that were like 26 minutes of recording, and then it's like, okay, so we got the footage gathered, now we can edit it. I outsource most of the big edits to the editor, because I think he does a much better job than me. I don't like editing, and I'm bad at it, so I send as much as I can his way, and if I edit myself, it's like, okay, add another half an hour, 40 minutes or something, do a bad job, but like, you know, like I get the video in the piece it needs to be. Then there's, you know, rendering it, which is just like hit a button, go make some food, which I do. Takes another like 20 minutes. Making a thumbnail can be as, you know, short as 20 seconds, can be as long as like half an hour if you're deciding on it. And then uploading it, it's just like, you know, you add another half an hour max or something. So it can take as little as like 2 hours of like consistent time, with maybe like an extra hour of like buffer between those tasks, because, you know, there's a lot of things going on at once. But the truth is it can be a lot more. Again, when it's a 12-hour video that has to be edited up, cut into pieces, do all these sorts of things, when you have to have like big decisions about what should the thumbnail be, what should this be, it can take a really, really long time. And that's why I kind of like what we do on this channel, where it's a big mixture of some of the big mega projects that I've been having fun working on recently, but also it's some of the more reasonable stuff that like, oh hey, here's a cool thing I like to talk about, and I like that the channel's a mix of those two things. But it can take anywhere from 3 hours to like, I don't know, like, I think the longest would probably be like, 20 or 30 hours or something absurd like that. And yeah, I guess that's the answer to your question. But let's move into the last one, which comes in from Compliant Monk 56, who says, do you have any type of social media such as Twitter? I've never heard you mention it before. So I assume this is a reference to a past QnA Saturday where we went a whole rant about it. But just in case you haven't heard about my Twitter, it's at IBXToyCat, the place where you can go to hear some of ToyCat's thoughts outside of YouTube and, learn about stuff just as it's happening rather than waiting for a video. It's at IBXToyCat. Want to see where videos are, it's happening? Want to see like guaranteed notifications rather than YouTube's weird system? At IBXToyCat. Want to see live stream announcements before they go live, as opposed to maybe seeing them halfway through? At IBXToyCat on Twitter. So what you want to do if you want to find my social media, I know it's been pretty vague so far, is go to twitter.com/IBXToyCat. It's the place where you find ToyCat's thoughts, as well as uploads, as well as live stream notifications. Get that, it's like a YouTube notification system, but it's also a little bit better. I've actually seen a lot of people do it for that reason. But yeah, I just wanted to mention, at IBXToyCat, why do we not have 1 million Twitter followers? But no, more seriously, yeah, it's been a lot of fun this QnA Saturday. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think I might do something a bit weird for next week as well, because I'm not going to be here. So we'll go through some of the weirder places, but if you want to leave a comment for a future QnA Saturday video, the best place to do it, as always, is in the comment section of a QnA Saturday. A lot of people ask, like, where do I ask QnA Saturday questions? And the answer is really simple. It's like, it's in the Q&A. In the first 30 seconds of almost every video, maybe not this one, I say like, oh, I answer your questions from last week's Q&A. Where do you think they come from? Where do you think these magical questions? Okay, anyway, so that said, follow me at IBXToyCat on Twitter. It's the only social media I really care about if you follow me, because it's like a fun way to talk and show things happening at a time. And also, if you have any Minecraft and or IBXToyCat memes you want me to check out, reddit.com/r/IBXToyCat. Go subscribe. Also, subscribe to me, because we want to get 1 million. See, this is the most self-promo episode I've done in a while, and I enjoyed it a lot, so hopefully you did too, because I'll see you all in 2019. Goodbye.